Today's class is the Lashwan Kodash, and we're going into the history of they don't want us to speak it anymore. And we're also taking all questions from anybody that's online concerning, this topic. Do a lot of work. And just like I said, before in a previous class, if the Lashwan Kodash is not real, is not the real Hebrew, what is? What's the real Hebrew? If that's the damn case, present it before us, because I know that Yiddish stuff that that everybody speak is not it. So, being the fact now, with the Lashwan Kodash, now what we know is, we know that, as far as with the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, had got these records. Got the records of what the real language was, what the real language is. Now, you got to think about it this way. Now, how can we make up a fully functioning language within such a short period of time? That has never been done on the face of the earth. Either that, or the Spirit of the Lord came upon these men, and they grabbed these records and wrote this language out.
Right.
It's got to be one of the two, or either that, or we like these super smart people. They can come up with a fully functional language in 3 years, with 3 or 4 or 5 years. That ain't never been done. This ain't never been done in the history of man.
Right.
So you gotta come to one of those two conclusions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the other thing you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You got to come to one of those two conclusions. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to go into
your phone is dead. You see? Is it on charger?
This letter here, which is called Gah.
Right.
Going into this. All right. This is also the beginning of the letter. The letter. This is the beginning letter that spells the tribe of Gad, which is the Native Indians.
Right.
So, it's will be pronounced, God. You know what I'm saying? Not like God, but Ga, Ah, and the Da.
Right.
That's how it's pronounced. Now this letter right here, it makes almost like the G sound, but it has the Ah to it. So for any critics out there, the Hebrew language is just like, what it is. It's just like, because we're always metaphorically spoken of as the sheep, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We're always looked at as that. And what sounds do sheep make? They bleat.
Right.
They would do what they call bleating, which is everything has a ah, the ah sound to it, what they make. You know what I'm saying?
Gone.
It has that to it. And our language is similar to that. So where did they get the Yehudi from? Where'd that come from? Man, the sheep don't make that sound, do it?
The yodeling.
Yeah, the Yehudi.
Yodeling.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be what they're saying is Judah when they're saying, the Yehudi.
Right.
Where'd that come from?
And not only that, they called us barbarians by similar to our language, because it was ba ga ba da. So they call us barbarians.
Right. Because any tongue that we speak, to them, to everybody else, sounds like a brute. But then what will they do? They'll imitate it and make their own bastardized version of it.
Right.
That's one of the things we should always hold on to. us knowing that is empowering for us to know that.
Right.
It is empowering. Why is it empowering? Because for one thing, if we sit there and grab a hold instead of being ashamed of our culture, instead of being ashamed of it, we can grab hold of our culture. And when we grab hold of our culture, regardless of what anybody else thinks, that is what brings respect. You got brothers out there that won't eat fried chicken in front of white people.
Damn. Really?
That's true.
Really?
Right, it's true.
Oh man.
You got brothers out there that will not eat fried chicken in front of white people. Why? Because the stigma that's attached with black people and fried chicken and watermelon. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Ashamed of the stereotype.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's what they'll do, though. They'll make you ashamed to eat it, so you'll want to eat what they eat, and then they'll take what you eat. You know, that nasty food that, white people eat with no seasoning and all of that on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll have you eating that, like some cucumbers with some damn, mayonnaise on some little slices of bread.
Zucchini.
Get zucchini. Right. Fettuccine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of that stuff. They'll have you eating that. Or, you'll be eating what the Moabites eat. You'll be eating octopus and squid. You see what I'm saying? You'll be eating all of that stuff while they sit there and got that fried chicken and the watermelon. You know what I'm saying? They'll be eating that because they done made you ashamed of it and then took what it was that you had that was good because they done sit there and made ashamed of it. They'll take it on for themselves and they'll, have a ball behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll have a ball. While you sitting there trying to eat some little cucumbers, with some little, fettuccine, with no sauce or no seasonings, you know what I'm saying, and try and do everything tasteless like they do.
Right. The same thing with how they imitate sisters. They try to say, all sisters, they used to try to say, you want the skinny look. They would put all the skinny white women on there and be like, you want skinny look. And then they'll make fun of us, say we got big lips. Make cartoons where we got big lips. And then now, what they're trying to do, they're trying to fill their lips up.
Right.
Fill it with collagen and everything so they can have a full lip look.
Right. It's funny because I'm glad you brought that out.
100 years ago, they was calling us big lip buffoons and most baboons and shit.
Right. They make fun of what they envy. That's the thing about it. They make fun of what they envy. So what else did they envy?
Also, the new Facebook rules is out, so you got to make sure use extra, like we talked about yesterday, just extra on the game as far as your whole speaking is down there without reproach. You know what I mean? Like anybody can listen to it and say, well, shit, he's right. Can't even flag it. You gotta do it like that.
All right.
Like camp. Some things you can't say. Like fag, you can't say that. You know what I mean? Yeah, just stuff. Yeah.
All right. Like I was saying though, they take our culture and make us hate it, but then they take it on for themselves, and all of a sudden we forget it ever even belonged to us.
Right.
With us doing that, now we try and take on their country, and we become like this bastardized version of them.
Right.
All right. Now, what we're going to go to, we're going to go to Tobit, chapter 4, and we're going to go to verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son. Not wanting to know your language and all of that, that is a form of whoredom.
Right.
Not wanting to know, who you are, not caring about it and all of that, that is a form of whoredom. Whoredom just ain't, you just run around trying to sleep with everybody or anything like that. That's not that's not the whole of that matter. It's not just only the brother that wants to get with the fat white girl. You know what I'm saying? It's not just that.
All right.
Beware of all whoredom. That's what this scripture says. It says beware of all whoredom. My son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to do, Because one thing, a wife doesn't take a husband. The husband takes a wife. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? The woman is supposed to be prepared for a husband. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to be prepared for a husband.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why this is being brought out, in the scriptures right here in this, right? Because if you just put that out there, because if you want to get with, other nations of people, what are you going to do? You're going to lose your own culture. And you're going to lose even the residue of your own language. And this is also the reason why nobody likes for us to speak, what they call Ebonics. Because even with the Ebonics is a threat to them.
Right.
Anything that somehow leads you back to what, what you formerly were, they like, no, we can't have that. We got to bring you all the way out at sea so that you can't even swim or, catch the boat back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the way that they, looking at it. There's a metaphor, you know what I'm saying? But that's the way that they look at it. They want to totally detach you from what it is that you really are.
Right.
And they want to have you so far gone out of it to where you just damn near can't get back. And if you do try and get back, the ones that are so far out that don't want to come back will come against you. And that's the type of thing that we go against at camp.
Right. Right.
Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now think about it. Now, when they talk about Noah and Abraham, and Isaac, go ahead, Ward.
It's like it. So where are you again?
I'm at Tobit, chapter 12, chapter 4 and verse 12.
Chapter 4, 12. Come.
Did you want to go ahead and read it? Take over reading?
Come.
All right.
Start at 12, sir.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take it from the top of 12. Go ahead.
Come. Book of Tobit, 4 and 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife,
God.
which is not thy father's tribe.
Right.
For we are the children of prophets. No, Abraham, Isaac.
Noah.
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right. Now think about it for a second. Now, out of Noah came the whole known world. Because what did they try and say? Oh no, see, we're all brothers. We're all brothers. Ain't that what everybody tries to say?
Right.
Even though the whole world is populated through Abraham, through Noah. Now let's go to the next man that was speaking. We're gonna break down these men. Go ahead.
Come. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they are Salakia, even that they all married wives of their own kindred. You going, sir?
Okay, let's go to the men. Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let's break down each man.
Come. Noah.
Okay. Noah, like I just said, the whole earth was populated through Noah. Go to the next.
Abraham.
Abraham. From Abraham came 8 nations of people.
Right.
Come from Abraham, from all of his sons. You know, you had, stocks of people, but were they all chosen? No. Go ahead. Go to the next.
Isaac.
Isaac. Isaac was the one that the promise was made with. But out of Isaac came 2 sons, Jacob and Esau. He just had 2.
Right.
So now one was chosen and the other was not. Go ahead.
Don't come. And Jacob.
And Jacob. That's thinning out the herd. You know what I'm saying? That's thinning out the herd, and that's who, you know what I'm saying, that's who the whole stock comes through. Because what did the Lord cause? He caused the blessing to rest upon Jacob.
Right.
And from Jacob was produced 12 sons.
Right.
And all of those sons became the Israelites.
Yeah, right.
Even though the fathers before produced other nations. But the Most High caused the blessing to rest upon Jacob. But it didn't rest upon the other ones in the same fashion. So therefore also too, the language, the pure language, rested upon him also.
Right.
That's why his descendants are the ones that are getting it back, while everybody else has a bastardized version of the same language.
That's right.
They have little pieces and little residues and stuff inside their language and all of that.
Right.
But as the scriptures say, I will return to the people a pure language.
Right.
And who is he going to return that language to? He's not going to return it through the Jewish man. That pure language is not Yiddish. It's not going to come through the white man, because brothers did not know Yiddish until the white man taught it to them.
Yeah, right.
The Jewish man taught black people Yiddish. Once they found out that brothers was trying to learn their heritage, who they are, and their language.
Right.
What did the white man do? He came around with Yiddish and gave it to them, and that's why they're saying Yahuwah and all of that. And this started a long time ago. You know, this didn't start. This really started. You know, this whole thing was actually getting started like in the very early 1900s, because you had people that started to know that they were the Hebrews, but they followed up under the Jewish man.
Right.
And you had a guy from the 20s. What's his name? Something Cherry, H.R. Cherry, something like that. From back in the 20s. And he started this Hebrew congregation, but what were they? They were up under the testicles of the Jewish man. You know, and this dude was teaching, you know, and they got up under them, and what did they do? They ran to them to learn, teach me Hebrew. Teach me Hebrew. And what did they do? They taught them Yiddish.
Right.
They taught them Yiddish pronunciations.
Right.
You know, and as far as the ancient Hebrew, they knew nothing of it.
Right.
Nothing at all of that. So that wasn't even in the, you know what I'm saying? You had an old church down in Georgia. You know, it was called the First Church of Slaves or something, some church like that. But they had, it's funny, because when I was, you know, with this fake Israelite group long before I come into the truth, just trying to find my way and everything.
Right.
They had, you know, dude had footage of this church, you know, and on the sides of the pews, it was, the ancient was actually written inside of it, but they said no one could decipher it. No one knew what it was saying. Nobody knew the pronunciations of it or nothing. But they said we think that it's actually ancient Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? They were saying stuff on those lines.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But as far as with the pronunciations and really understanding the language and all of that, and when I see that, it was actually really, you know, I was like, man, that's, you know what I'm saying? It was actually really, and that was the you know, that what the brothers have remembered, you know, when they came from slavery and everything, they wrote it on those. And then they found it also in the Gadite lands too, the same language written. Right. The same alphabet and all of that. They found it, and they found they found the stone on stones. That's why they fired that dude, Glenn Beck. Is that what his name was, Cap? Who they fired from Fox?
Yeah, Glenn Beck.
Right, that's why they fired him. Because he brought that out, you know what I'm saying? And they found it when they some stones they found.
The Lost Luna Stone.
Right,
That's what it's
right.
called. It was out somewhere in Mexico where the Gadites and Native Americans, one or the two, or Mexicans, had a stone full of Hebrew, full of ancient Hebrew.
Well, but they found one in Ohio though too.
Oh shoot, that might be the one then.
Right, I think it was in Ohio. He was going in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
He was dealing with the Gadites and not the Israelites. He was like, "What is our country not telling us?"
Mm.
And when you looked at it, that's what it was. It was the ancient Hebrew. I didn't know. I wouldn't. I remembered it from the inscriptions. What I saw, like on the pews, of that church, the old church. And I'm like, damn. But even though I didn't know the letterings or nothing like that, or the sounds, how it sound or anything, I just remember the characters. I'm like, man, that was his last time on Fox ever.
Just like that.
Yes, just like that. That was his last day of work. He got his walking papers immediately. Really, he got his walking papers immediately after that. Right. Because they like, I think he had got like a warning shot before about something else that he had brought out on Fox. And that was the last straw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was the last straw right there. They're like, no, you gone. And he's been gone from Fox ever since.
Wow.
That was his last day of work. He was fired immediately after that. That's why you never see him on nothing else having to do with Fox after that. Because Fox is extremely racist. And you know who Fox is actually, of course, who it's owned by? The Jewish man. Yes. Fox is owned by Jewish people. And that's one of the reasons why it's called Fox. What did they call Herod? They called him a fox, didn't they? That's why Fox News is called Fox News. What is a fox known for being? A fox is known for being a thief. The foxes that spoil the vine, the scripture that says that, the foxes, matter of fact, I want to go ahead and pull that up, just showing y'all I ain't pulling this out of my behind or that.
Right.
Song of Solomon 2:15.
It's like this, the song or something, or the wisdom or something.
The Song of Solomon. No, that's going to be in the Bible order. That's what foxes are known for. It was like a little thing back in the day, the fox that's trying to leap up on the vine and get the grapes, back when you was a little kid, some type of little riddle or something like that. The fox is trying to hop up and steal, to get the cluster of grapes. That's back when I was like, I can't even remember what that little riddle was called or whatever, but that was in the little book, the fox trying to jump up and the grapes was too high for him to jump up and get. But that's what little foxes are, that's why people don't want foxes on their land.
Right.
Because foxes spoil the vine. And that's why Herod was called a fox.
Right.
Song of Solomon. Let me see what page.
Right,
I got it.
sir.
Which one time? What page it is? Right quick. Word. You always want to go. Make sure you go to the. If you don't know what something's at, you go to the index first, the table of contents first,
Come.
and find out at least what page you at.
Come.
872.
Yes, sir.
And this book, I don't know.
You said Songs of Solomon.
Hold on. I'll pull it up.
I got it right
Oh, you got it?
here. I'm in the book, so I just can't remember the chapter and verse.
Okay, 2 and 15.
Come. You go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
Come. Songs of Solomon, 2 and 15. Take us the foxes,
Right.
the little foxes that spoil the vines.
That do what?
Spoil the vines.
What does it mean to spoil something? It means to steal it, to take it.
Right.
This will be your benefit. Now we know why Fox News is called Fox News. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
also even Red Fox, the comedian,
Right.
and Sanford and Son, right? His name was not Red Fox. His name is actually John Sanford. That's his birth name.
Hmm.
But he changed his name to Red Fox to cater to Jewish, the people that put him on.
Come.
Now think about it. What race is the Red Fox? Then the first came out red.
Edomite, sir.
Right. So what does that mean? Red thief. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
Who's the red thief on the earth?
Edomite, sir.
Right. But it's the specific one tribe out of the Edomites that are the slickest and the craftiest.
Amalek.
Right. That's exactly who it is. The Amalekites.
Come.
That's why Red Fox changed his name to Red Fox, catering to his Jewish masters. Because you had a lot of black people that wanted to be Jewish, because that's who ran Hollywood.
Right.
Warner Brothers. Those are Jewish people. And you know what? The funny thing about it, after they done sat there and done took our culture, right? Took our culture, took our language, bastardized the language, and now they run Hollywood. And with them running Hollywood, what's the very first type of on-film activity that they had going? Can anybody answer that? The first thing they started to do.
Is it a Western movie, sir?
Hmm?
The Western movie?
No, not a Western movie. Close, though. Close. Very close. Give me a second. Kind of reflect back in your mind to the old films that you've seen when they took a cigarette and made a cigarette burn to change the film over, to be notified to change the film over. That's why when you see them old clips and it's all flickery and all of that, and then you see this little burn that does like that, that's how they used to change the film over. They would hit it with a cigarette. And it would spread like that, and then they'll change the film over, and then it'll be a new film.
Right.
That's what they used to do way back in the day. Let me tell you what they did. The first thing that they did, they were the first ones that come out with them racist cartoons.
All right.
Come.
What else? With gigantic red lips. And was this the normal regular white man? No. It was the Jewish white man, because the Jewish white man started Hollywood. That's why Warner Brothers and stuff like that, they were Jewish men. And as soon as they were able to take their sorcery, because in reality, let me let you in on something. In reality, a television is really sorcery. Think about it for a second. You got a whole person in a little bitty ass box. It really is. You got a whole person inside of a small box. What is it? Right. Because the Jewish people were into all types of mysticism and they melt this stuff into science. Now I'm not saying it's wrong to know. What we do is we use the tools that they've come up with, that they've given. We use it.
Right.
You know, but they, think about that for a second. Think about what knowledge, that they had to have to come up with that. But the Most High, what He does is always take what was meant for bad and turn it into something good. Just like with the internet. The internet was actually meant for evil. But then at the same time, the internet became what millions of us come into the truth through. Because what the Most High do? The Most High take whatever, they come up with and turn it against them. He did the same thing with the television.
Right.
But they run into television. But the thing about it with the television though, the television, still gains the upper hand. But when they come up with the internet trying to, really boost them in the height of their pride.
Right.
Next thing you know, we knowing that we the Israelites.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
That's warfare. That's warfare. You take what your enemies come up with and find a way to use it against them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Certainly nothing wrong with that. If you can destroy your enemy with all of his weapons without even having to go into your own stockpile of weapons, that's a good day.
Damn right.
That's a good day.
Yeah.
You don't even have to expend your resources.
Right.
That's warfare. You can use his resources and turn them against him. That's what the Most High does all the time.
Right.
So, like say for instance, with all the nuclear stockpile on the face of the planet, Christ is going to start to destroy them through what they call Newton's law, which is simple. They making all of these stockpile of weapons and making them weapons that can wipe out whole countries and all of that. But they missing one thing. What goes up must come down.
Come.
And what's going to happen? It's going to come down upon them, and Christ is going to come down inside the fire.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And start to wipe the hell out of whatever else left that didn't get consumed by that specific fire, because the Most High is going to have judgments for specific, nations.
Right.
They're going to get judged according to their own devices. Right. That's how the Most High get down. Go ahead, Warrior.
Salaki, if I may, reflecting on the whole Hollywood, the Jewish Hollywood thing, the enemy is very much aware of their vulnerabilities. At least I think, sir, because they make a lot of movies, just like we was talking about
Right.
Independence Day, sir,
Right.
because they know that Yahweh and Yahweh's gonna come out the sky. Also, in that specific movie, they had a virus that was actually using the Edomites' technology against them. That's how they couldn't defeat them at first, and they figured it out. Remember, the Edomite scientists, he figured it out.
Right.
So they're very much aware. You know.
But here's the thing: when you go back into Genesis, right, and they were trying to build the Tower of Babel, they had the top technology of their day, and the Lord said, "Let us go down and confound their languages, to where they could not understand one another's speech." Now think about it for a second. Y'all on the Tower of Babel, y'all thinking y'all so punked. All the world is together. All the nations together. All of y'all speaking the same tongue. All of y'all speaking, you know what I'm saying? And y'all feel like y'all so strong, right?
Right.
Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, people start speaking different. So now, certain orders and everything, you know what I'm saying? There's a confusion going everywhere. So now you get mad at them. They get mad at you. They get mad at them. 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 And everybody now is angry with each other. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
And the Most High started using that so that men would smite one another. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the Most High's mercy and his purpose, with bringing Christ upon the earth,
Right.
everybody would have been wiped out at the Tower of Babel. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
It was through the Lord's mercy that the Lord didn't just allow it just to keep going on. And what he did was he took his pure language and put it with his people.
Right.
While everybody else came up with a bastardized version of that same language. And the reason why they hate that language, they don't hate that language because of black people. They hate that language because of the Lord. They hate that language for the same reason why they hate your hair.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? For the same reason why they hate your hair. They hate your hair because it's like unto the Most High in Christ's hair.
Right.
They work on a system that's polar opposites. Now think about it for a second. If the Most High has woolly hair, they're like, nah. The good thing on the earth is straight, stringy hair. Most High's hair is black. They go, oh no. The best hair is blonde. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The Most High, you know what I'm saying, has dark skin. They say, no, light skin is good. Albinism is good. White is good.
Right.
That's what they say. Everything is a opposite of what the Most High is. It's what they call good. So if the Most High says clean is good, they say unclean is good, not clean.
Come.
The Most High says a man should be with a woman and a woman with a man. They say, oh no. Man with man, woman with woman. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
The Most High says albinism, white skin is leprosy. They say, oh no, that's good to know. White skin is good. You even got sisters nowadays that are making these posts with, brothers and everything and sisters that are like models, that are like leprous models. Have anybody seen that?
Come.
Yeah, they look leprous models with, you know what I'm saying, one blue eye and a white patch right here because of the film is gone, and they're like, oh, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. That's what they're doing nowadays. And a person that's spotted all over,
Right.
they say this is beautiful, and they making models out of the people.
Right.
Why are they really doing it? Can anybody give me an answer on why they're really doing that?
Come. Maybe because they're promoting that just, since God loves everybody, just everybody is beautiful, everything is great, it's America.
It goes a little deeper than that, though.
Come.
The Most High do love the Hebrew leprous man. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? But they're promoting it because they're promoting, what white people actually want, which is what they inspired to be, which is what Nazi Germany aspired to be. That's the reason why they were down with cloning.
Right.
So that they could produce an Aryan nation or race of people that will be blonde-haired, blue-eyed. They've been working on this stuff since Nazi Germany and even before that.
My brother online said divide and conquer strategy.
Okay, what is he actually meaning, just by that? Or dividing of who? Of black people? Or?
No, he's saying basically, seems like he's saying that that's what Esau was doing. A divide and conquer.
Okay, so he got, okay, all right, I get that. Yeah, so that is exactly what he's doing. That's a divide and conquer strategy. He's always about divide and conquer, but the thing with the blonde hair and blue eyes, they are supposed to be the superior race. They're a race of degenerates.
Right.
Ain't that the proper term, Cal?
Who, the Esau?
What they're trying to produce, like in Nazi Germany.
Oh yeah, they was calling it a so-called super race.
Right.
They're trying to say this would be the super master race.
Right.
That's the best, when really it's all the opposite of what the Most High said is the best.
Right.
Which is, we are a leprous nation, an unclean nation.
Right.
You know, which is exactly what Satan and the devil will do.
God with God. You know, and it's the same thing that they try and do with languages. They want the unclean languages. They want to confuse you. The Hebrew language is more plain. It's more straightforward.
Right.
You know, but the English language, this word can mean 20 things. You know what I'm saying? With any European language, a certain word can mean 20, 30 different things.
Right.
You know, with our language, things are more straightforward.
Right.
You know, because that's one of the reasons why they looked at us as barbarians. Right. Because we're straightforward. You know, you know what we're saying.
5 minutes left until we really got to wrap it up.
Couple.
Really less than 5.
Couple. People know it. Go ahead, word.
Just a comment about the whole barbarian thing. I mean, you know, if they're barbarians, then what's the big deal about us being barbarians? I don't get it. The hypocrisy within Edomite spirit itself, I mean, you know, it speaks nothing but confusion to me, because everything that you are, you do strive to be.
Right.
That's why you're tan, but you hate the melanated, or you hate the dark skinned and races regardless. You know what I mean? So I don't understand. So, well, I do understand, sir, from what you said. So it's like understanding that the whole war every day is what a lot of brothers and sisters have to wake up to, because they don't understand that the smallest piece of the enemy's actions is still a big ripple effect in this war.
Right.
Come.
And that's true. You know, and here's the thing too. You know, as far as with with our language and everything, and how we come straight forward and all of that, what they want to do is, like you said, they want to confuse you. They want to make you confused. And if you can't keep up with their confusion, then you're uneducated. You know, that's how they mean it. You know, if you can't keep up with that confusion, you're uneducated. That's why a lot of times when you battle on book or whatever, let you misspell a word. They'll discredit you because you misspelled a word.
Right.
Because that's what their tongue is meant to do. It's the tongue of confusion. That's why they're called the king of Babylon, which means kings of confusion.
Right.
That's why they do that. And now, if you don't know any better, you'll fall prey to that. And you'll be like, dang, you'll start to figure that they're smarter than you. Go ahead.
If I may just for a second, that's what they're doing in the school systems in America today. If we're not America dumb, because that's just my terminology for it. If we don't literally agree with the lies and the deception of teachings in America,
right there, America dumb.
Right.
If we don't agree with the lies and the teaching of America, then, like you said, we're uneducated, we're dumb, we're not worthy of America,
right? Because
we won't agree with the lies and the deception that is created in the system.
Right. And it's two types of people that come at you that way. Can anyone name them?
I would go Esau and the alleged Jewish man.
They're all Esau. They're lumped into one whole.
Our own people.
Right. But especially, it'd be the sisters. Because anytime you battle a sister, first thing she do is call you uneducated. And she'll be the first one to point out how you misspelled a word.
Right.
And I hit them the same way every time. What's your language? Oh, you don't know how to speak that? You don't know what tongue you spoke? How are you smart and educated then if you don't know what tongue you spoke?
Right.
Or what's your alphabet look like? How do you spell you in your language? And it smashes them every time. Moving on, sweep them up on the dustpan, throw them in the trash, on to the next.
Because they America dumb.
Right. They America dumb. You know, you're right. They America dumb. You know.
Oh man.
And with that being said, we are the ISUPK coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, on the commanding General Yohanna. pay your tithes, support the men of this truth, do whatever it is that you can, you know. Hell, if you don't have money and you in the Indianapolis area, come, you know, and do whatever it is that you can. Hell, you can, you know, sweep up something around the building or something. You can do anything.
Right.
You know, just to support this truth. You know, even if you ain't got a dime in your pocket.
Damn
you
right.
know? And with that being said, shalom.
Pat, you can pass the class to
Oh,
the trooper.
I'm going to pass the class to Trooper Mawat.
Start from the top, sir.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Sit down or stand?
You stand and read the security announcements.
Khan. This is the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are not to be They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18-21, Malachi 3, 8, and 10. Means 10 in the Hebrew. Mayasharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher priest fund. Free will offerings for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Announcements. Announce holy convocations.
Tell them it's on the wall in the school.
It's on the wall in the school. Remind Akim and Akiwa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf.
And with that being said, Amajum, rise. Upon Hakidam, rise and face the east. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Hayah. Shankar. Yahweh. Malakwa. Kadazaka. Aisha. Baharakaza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Latana. Lakam. Call. Yawan. Wasalak now. Kabawafi now. Kasalak now. Awafi now. Wala Tabayai now. Manasaya one. Abal. Awashai now. Ayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wala Watapara. Awalayim. Amad. Our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom
Thy
come.
will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us of our debts.
And forgive us of our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into
But
temptation.
deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ma'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Babakashah.
Babakashah.
Thunder now.
The thunder now.
Ka.
Aka.
Ka.
Aka.
Rafa'ah.
Rafa'ah.
Kamaka'ala.
Kamaka'ala.
Bakal Madawa.
Bakal Madawa.
Ka.
Aka.
Lajahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazariah.
Amatazariah.
Ka.
Aka.
Lahaku.
Lahaku.
Amakim.
Amakim.
Ka.
Aka.
Arakawa.
Arakawa.
Atama'ala.
Tama'ala.
Garsha.
Garsha.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Waraman.
The water of month.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
By Yahushua.
Wa Maka'ala.
Amaka'ala.
Wa Alahayim.
Walahayim.
Wa Zaba'ah.
Abzaba'ah.
Alawat Yahanna.
Alawat Yahanna.
Alawat.
Halawapim.
Asra'ayim.
Asarayayim.
Hakatazayim.
Hakatazayayim.
Hakayayim.
Hakayayim.
Wa Akwati.
Wa'akwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Waraman.
The water of month.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And
And
Yahushua.
Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Manager of Yahweh.
Commander General Yohanan.
General.
The general.
Captain.
The captain.
The officers.
The officers.
Troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The Barakah.
Barakah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Washmarka.
By Samarkah.
Yahweh.
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 Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Ayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Ashah.
Asah.
Yahweh.
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 And Yahweh.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Wayasham.
Wayasham.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Shalom.
Salam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
The Thurman family.
Thurman family.
The Sutton family.
Sutton family.
The Hill family.
The Hill family.
And all the children of Israel.
And all destroyed of Israel.
The
Puckett family.
Puckett
The
family.
Hall family.
The Hall family.
Todd family.
Todd family.
Hayes family.
Hayes family.
And all destroyed of Israel.
And all destroyed of Israel.
Done.
Raglan family.
Raglan family.
Arya family.
Arya family.
Boss family.
Posh family.
Tarat family.
Tarat family.
Barlow family.
Barlow family.
Yates family.
Yates family.
And all destroyed of Israel.
And all the children of Israel.
Done.
Done.
Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water Amah.
The water of month.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bless thee and keep thee.
Bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Make his face shine upon thee.
Make his face shine upon thee.
And be gracious unto thee.
And be gracious unto thee.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Lift up his countenance upon thee.
Lift up his countenance upon thee.
And give thee peace.
And give thee peace.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Tap.
Attack.
Names of the lovers we just named.
In the name of the Lord we just named.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven
and
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 earth.
all things living.
And
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
To us now.
Listen to us
Listen to
now.
us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment, destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
And death.
And death.
To the heathen.
To
the
That
heathen.
speak against us.
That
Speak
speak
against
against
The
us.
prophets.
Thy
Our
The
prophets.
teachers.
The
Teachers.
Princes.
The princes.
Priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers in the school.
The Israelite brothers in the school.
Evils and curses.
Send evils and
And
curses.
punishment, destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
And death to the heathen.
And death to the
And
heathen.
shake loose the pockets
And shake loose the
of
pockets
the rich of Israel.
Of
the
the
rich
rich of
of Israel.
Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
And evils and curses.
And evils and
And
curses.
punishment, destruction.
And punishment and
And
destruction.
death to the Edomites.
And death to the
And
Edomites.
the nation.
And the nations.
And the drug dealers.
And the drug
And the
dealers.
court system.
Court
Court
system.
system.
prison system,
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood.
all the governments of our enemies,
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope,
Pope.
Islam,
Islam.
Christianity,
Christianity.
Egyptology,
Egyptology.
militia,
Militias.
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation.
skinheads,
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus,
Posse Comitatus.
the gay movement,
The gay
the
movement.
lesbian
The
movement,
lesbian movement.
spies,
Spies.
workers of witchcraft,
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program,
NASA space program.
Army,
Army.
Navy,
Navy.
Air Force,
The Air Force.
Marines,
The Marines.
Wall Street,
Wall Street.
open up the internet,
Open up the internet.
and the airwaves,
And the airwaves.
cable access channel,
The cable access channel.
and the radio channel,
And the radio channel.
convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people,
of any of thy people.
seek to stop us,
Seek to stop us.
and bring swift death
And bring swift death
to all the heathens,
to all the heathens.
stand in the way,
To stand in the way.
trying to stop us,
To try to stop us
broadcasting your word
from broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the terrorists,
Let loose all the terrorists.
cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and destroy.
and destroy.
Cause the terrorists to come against America
Cause the terrorists to come against America
and destroy them
and destroy them
in their strongholds.
and their
Let
strongholds.
America shake
Let America shake
at the hands of the terrorists.
at the hands of the terrorists.
They outshot
They outshot
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers
Kill all the heathens.
and kill all the
They
heathens
come up against
and
us
come up against
as
us
we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known
Cause we know
by all
by all
the angels that have done it.
it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause we spread
throughout the media,
throughout the media,
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause us to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
thank you.
thank you.
Always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry.
Also, when you do the prayers and the announcements in the future, you just do it from where you stand.
Come on, sir.
Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahweh done.
y'all salute to the sisters. Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Yazbatah, class dismissed.
I couldn't get my cell phone to get on with the damn Wi-Fi. That was great class, though. Good.
Right after I read the announcements, just step down from the podium, period, sir.
No, you just read the announcements from there, because only officers are allowed on the podium.
Come, sir.
So you just read them from where you sit.
Come.
Or
Was I shown on the live a little bit?
It's no problem showing them live. It's just you can't be on the podium. Only officers are allowed on the podium.
Come.
Yeah.
Technically, that's what I was asking. Like, was I seen on the camera on the
Nah,
podium?
don't sweat the camera, because if I had good camera, I would probably face the camera toward you while you're doing it. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's good to be on the camera, to show brothers on the camera. But the problem is,
Come. But from here on out, let's stay off the podium.
Yeah, just be do it from where you at.
Come. Damn it.